sky. Same as Shaban. These guys are so down to earth. They're not put up on pedestals, but they've done world changing stuff in this early period of innovation. And again, it amazes me how well they did it so early as well. It wasn't just rubbish that is now useless. All these stuff's just still operable, still being done. They're still developing. Amazing innovators and amazing people. So no, I love these assets and love the projects and the people behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Quantum was just saying Christian's going to be here next month to basically have a conversation much more in depth on Saratobi, and that'll be super exciting. He's up to all.
Oh, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that as well. Nice work, Quantum XOAO, getting that. With that, we're gonna turn around here a little bit and just walk over to a card that I'm sure this is a piece of art that I think a lot of people have probably seen before. Here, we're looking at this green-looking Pepe on the wall. So, WhiteRabbit, do you want to explain what is a rare Pepe and what are we looking at?
Oh wow. Okay.
Maybe what is a Pepe? Like I don't know. Some people might not even know what a Pepe is.
Yeah, Pepe. So the green frogs, you see the internet meme. It's often called the Mickey Mouse of the internet. It's like the biggest internet meme in the world. There's a whole big backstory to it, and we don't have time for it all now. But oh my goodness, this asset is so basically given the preeminent place of really being in many cases the birth of the global crypto art market. And the reason for that is this is 2016. It was what Robness also describes as it's probably the first instance in many ways, bar some of the early experimental stuff maybe that's occurred, but the sort of the first instance of civilian art. So obviously we talked about Spells of Genesis. That was a company that launched those assets and things that came before Rare Peppies. But the Rare Pepe and this Nakamoto Pepe was inspired by the Satoshi card, and it was the first time sort of as a community people could mint, and it was sort of curated into a collection that grew and grew. But it was pretty open. It was lightly curated, just making sure only good stuff was in there. None of the sort of hateful stuff, which sadly was commandeered by the alt-right at one point in terms of the Pepe form and the Pepe image, which was never how it was intended by Matt Fury, the original creator of Pepe's, through his comics and his illustrations. But it took a life of its own, and to a very large degree, has been claimed back. But the Rare Pepe project was this beautiful Pepe loving community that just very tongue in cheek. Basically did a range of different artworks involving Pepes, and it was curated into a collection. And the Nakamoto Rare Pepe, and I know you had a space only a week ago, Leo, with some of the OGs in this project, and that's definitely the best way to do it. I think there definitely should be a Rare Pepe museum visit, with all the OGs to come and talk in depth about this project, because it is truly groundbreaking. This asset is pretty preeminent, and you have the OGs of OGs. So you have artists like Matt Cain, who has produced sort of tribute assets to the Nakamoto Rare Pepe, because he was inspired to become a crypto artist because of what he saw in terms of this project and the sale that occurred with the Homer Pepe, which came out of this project. Which inspired me to say, hey, there's actually a market in digital assets, which was obviously at the time hadn't really gone anywhere, and this really inspired people to understand what was possible. But this is the first card in the entire series. There's 1,774 rare Pepes, different rare Pepes. Each one has a different rarity. Some very rare, down to even one of ones. A very small handful of those, and others with more zeros than I even know what the number is, because that's just what they did. They were just this really fun-loving, tongue-in-cheek community. They did crazy stuff. They had a lot of fun. It was like a big family, lots of infights and fun, really. But this was the first asset that started it all. It was created by a mystical character named Mike. No one really knows the true identity of Mike. He's still active today. Unlike Satoshi, he didn't completely disappear. He's still around, but he was the creator of the Nakamoto Red Pepe, but no one really knows exactly who he really is. But there's you'll hear this called the 300 Club, or maybe the 299 Club, because one was burned by another fanatical rare peppy lover as a sacrifice to Keck, who believe maybe on the other side, which we probably do